Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Y'all know what it is. Make sure we are on all platforms. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are on all platforms. That means YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram simultaneously. So again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Let's let y'all know y'all definitely appreciate it. You know, gotta say this, man. This is one of the most least celebrated holidays by other people, but I'm sure we are getting it on out there because I'm supposed to be at 2 barbecues right now. But of course, I had to do a special show tonight. So, with saying that, welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. And today we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a new Rochelle legend who has deep roots in the New Rochelle community, bringing decades of basketball camps and even individual training for student athletes. You know, this guy laid down a good foundation when he came along to make sure that the basketball stays alive in New Rochelle. This basketball head was also a standout for the New Rochelle Huguenots basketball team before passing the ranks over to his younger brother, Rashiem, who has had his jersey retired and at New Rochelle and became a Hall of Fame inductee player at the University of Buffalo. He serves as the head coach, while our guest serves as his assistant coach. Meanwhile, this basketball head serves as the president at Team Young World, based in New Rochelle, and sitting next to his brother as the assistant coach, like I mentioned before, at New Rochelle. I've had the pleasure of seeing him coach some of the top players in the nation for the past 2 years at the MBPA Top 100 camp in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Now, listen, he don't know I've really been spying on him. I've been watching him talk to guys and work with them one-on-one, inspire these young kids, and it has inspired me because when we talk about coaching and the top level of players that are in that camp, it is through the roof. And knowing that you have one of your own from New York that's doing it the way he has been doing it and what I've been seeing at New Rochelle and now at the MBPA Top 100 camp, man, one can only tell you this is the reason why we're here tonight. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, New Rochelle legend and assistant coach at New Rochelle High School, my guy, my brother, Rashiem Young.
Y'all ready?
Y'all ready?
Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Coach Rod, how you doing, brother?
What's up, Poe? How you feeling today?
Man,
Happy
I'm
Father's
doing
Day, my
great.
brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you, man. I definitely, had this on my schedule as soon as I came back. That's why I had to call you to see if you was available first. And we're here, man. I just want to say, brother, watching you for the last past 2 years up close and personal. We weren't able to get out to any New Rochelle games last season, but seeing you at the MVP, at the NBPA Top 100 camp, working with some of the best players, if not the best players in the country, man,
Right.
and how great your intention was, how focused you was, and how these kids listened to you and gave you their ear, was amazing, man. And I was watching you from afar do your thing, man. And I just want to say I was inspired, brother, and especially this year, I always got a chance to sit back and have a view of the whole thing that's going on. And this is why we're here tonight, man. We're here to celebrate you, man, and talk about your journey in the basketball world and how you got to this point right here in your journey. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is for everybody. So it's a journey, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it definitely is a journey. And it's up and down one. You just gotta stay steady and keep grinding. Like your intro said, go hard or
That's
go
fact.
home. I like that. I like that, Joe.
That's
I like
it.
that.
That's it.
I
Yeah.
like that. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's obstacles and hurdles, but at the end of the day, you just got to be a hurdle leaper and just keep pushing forward, because everything ain't going to go your way,
That's a fact.
So just got to keep plugging. And in life, it ain't so much of what you know, but it's who you know. You can get into those doors sometimes. That's why it's good to have good relationships with people. Don't burn too many bridges, especially when you never know you're not got to cross back over them joints,
Hey, listen, I was talking to this guy. He close to being there, and we talked, simultaneously, throughout the years or whatever. And I said the same thing. I said, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And he was like, that's some of it, Glenn. It's about who knows you.
Right.
Because I think sometimes we take us out of the equation, and the people that know you, they know what you're gonna bring, right?
Right. Yep.
Right.
Definitely.
You can know them. That don't mean they're gonna plug you.
Right. They don't always want to plug you neither.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But if you're a good person, you have sound character, you'll get that call.
Right. Definitely.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
I'd be honored every time NBPA reach out for me to come down there, even though I know Dan and Chris for a very long time, for almost 2.5 decades.
Wow.
So it's about keeping those relationships. Because, the basketball world, it may seem like a big world, but in reality, it's very small.
Very small. That's right.
It's very small.
Who introduced you to the game?
My father, Harry Young. Yeah. He introduced you to me. Every Sunday we used to go to the boys club while he would play his little pickup games. That's when I got my shots up.
Wow.
That stayed. We kept doing that till I was about 10 years old. So from 6 to 10, the time I wasn't reaching the rim, but I didn't care. I'm still gonna try to get it up. It's about effort and being consistent with it.
So watching your dad at a young age was the thing that kind of made you fall in love with the game?
Yeah, that was the way out the hood. I figured that's gonna be the way out. That's gonna be the way out. That's what it's gonna be. Especially back in those days, there was so many different obstacles. As a teenager, guys, stopped playing ball, started selling crack, started doing this, started doing that, and that's what happened. I kept going, and other brothers just started doing other things.
So funny. Today I'm watching the story of Grand Puba and his time in New Rochelle, right? And
that's my man.
Right? Sometimes
big up to Haji.
There you go. So some of us from the city get it twisted and think it's sweet up in New Rochelle. It's sweet out in, what we would call the suburbs, and it's not things going on. But as I'm watching some of the things the obstacles that he had to go through, he had to dodge.
Yeah, he grew up in my projects.
See?
He was in 70, I was in 80. Then we moved from 80 to 60. And when on Sundays and Saturdays, early in the morning, he would come play ball with us.
You're a ball player too. See, I know about Sadat X. I had Sadat on the show before.
The real McCoy used to run the point.
Wow.
He's a lefty. He's nice. Word.
See, that's dope. See, that's something I didn't even know about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
And when
So,
they came out, that's when I was coming out of high school.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So like, I used to go to their shows and stuff like that, be 50, 60 deep. So, that was inspiring just for watching them, see them do their thing.
come on. He said 50, 60 deep.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it was.
Crazy. That's just
I
crazy.
remember that first show at Kilimanjaro. We might have been like 80 or 100 deep that night. We was deep that night. Ice-T was the host.
Well, now was that Brand Nubians or was that the other group that he was in?
So
Masters of
that
Ceremony.
was brand Nubian. So when Master
Okay.
Ceremony dropped, I was a shorty. I was probably 10 years old.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just to
yeah.
see him come through in the Benz, give out posters to the hood, like that was even more inspiring. Like he made it from the hood, you know. So stuff like that, you see stuff like that. So that motivated you more,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
what Lord Jamal and those guys are saying. Like he was a star in his hood before, that
Yeah, yeah.
people knew he was gonna make it.
He put New Row on the map. I don't care what nobody says.
That's a
He did
fact.
it. Word.
That's definitely a fact.
As far as my era is concerned, he did it.
Nah. From just me thinking about that time, definitely, because I'm a hip hop head through and through, man. So knowing Master of Ceremony and knowing he was the lead guy and figuring out where they were from, you like, oh, this hip hop thing is spreading for real. Because
Yeah, you can't forget Don Barron and Doctor Who though, too though.
that's right. Nah, that's
They
a
was
fact.
nice. Yeah, they
Yep,
was
yep,
nice.
yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that. That's dope. That's dope. So we talked about how you fell in love with the game and then your neighborhood and the people that you grew up with. Who are the guys in the surrounding area that kind of inspired you outside of your dad playing ball? And let us know about
Hold on for a
some.
second. I got a call that came through. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Because
hear
I
you.
can't hear
I hear you.
you.
I hear you.
I can't hear you right now.
All right, hold on. Hello? If you gotta I'm gonna get you on, come back in again, all right?
Yeah, something went wrong.
That's all right. That's all right. You just gotta put your phone on airplane mode. When people see you online, they love to call you. They love to call you. It's all good. It's all good. But again, us people here in New York, sometimes we think that it's only going on in our neighborhoods. You know, uh, the crack, the b-boying, um, the hip hop, the playing ball, all of those things that's happening um, throughout the country and throughout our state. And for a lot of us, we don't understand that New York is bigger than the city. And I think those guys from Griselda are showing us that to this day. You could put your phone on airplane mode. I think that.
That's how it, yeah, because the phone keep ringing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going to have to do.
yeah. Or do not disturb. Probably better on do not disturb. Probably better on do not disturb. Show you how much I know about iPhones. Right. So we gonna get it right. What up, Coach Biggs? What's happening? Definitely new role in the building for sure tonight. What up, CK? For sure, for sure. And look, I need to start doing some deep dives out in Westchester. I need to be up in Troy, Kingston. I think we did Troy already. But we have a lot of players and a lot of people. There you go. Throughout New York that's making moves. Can you hear me?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? While we get that straight, salute. Born Leaders Basketball. You heard? Appreciate you on the check-in. We just having a little technical difficulties, but we'll be right. He'll be
Yeah,
right
we
with us.
back. There we
Yeah, you
go.
hear me? All right, there we
Yeah,
go.
perfect. There we go.
Yo, listen, I already know people see me online. They love to call. It's like, just jump on the live or say something, put it in
Yeah,
the
that's what
chat.
they should do. Get on the live, y'all.
There
Say
you
something in
go.
the
There
chat.
you go. That's a fact. That's
Word.
a fact. You got my guy Coach Biggs on the check-in.
Yeah, that's my man. Coach
Yeah,
Biggs, big up to Coach Biggs.
no doubt,
Coach Biggs hold it down.
My guy CK from up top, definitely. And Born Leaders Basketball is in the building.
That's my man Spider. That used to be my high school teammate.
And we
Word
got
up. Spidey was
whole bunch of
baby
people on the
Jordan.
check-in. Oh, for real?
Yeah, he was baby Jordan, He loved Jordan, so everything he did was mimicked after Jordan. He called him
Wow.
Spider though.
So who are some of those guys that you were watching coming up in New Rochelle and in the surrounding area? Guys that maybe had a name, or maybe they just played ball in the street. They had and was doing good for the hood.
Byron Kershaw and Richie Page, John Hunter, Sam Bolbin, Dario Ross. He was neck and neck with Kenny. The kid was nice. And my man Bakir Nasheed, he took me under his wing and stuff. He was older, but he took me under his wing and guided me through all of this. You know what I mean? That's what it's real important, especially for brothers that's balling. Reach out to the young ones and guide them, protect them, man. Because there's so many different obstacles that they're gonna go through. But if you just school them on what's gonna happen next, they won't go through unless they're hard headed. And I was one that always learned from other people's mistakes. Like, what did you do? No, I ain't doing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Word.
Nah, because it's easy for us to get derailed, right? Because we got some, especially if you're good, you got a whole bunch of people pulling on you, telling you which way you should go. And I think
I can't forget my man Alamo. Alamo.
I saw him yesterday.
Yeah, Alamo.
I saw him yesterday down in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So my guy Pat Burke hits me and go, "Yo, Alamo, he played ball too." I go, "So I heard."
Me and Ali used to do this thing called Death Row. Like, we'd challenge each other and try to dunk it on each other. Like, that was my big brother. Like, really big brother. Like, yo, Rod, that's my little brother.
Wow.
And Kev Coop was a big instrument too, like schooling me and guiding me on stuff. He ended up going to Iona. He should have went to Villanova. You know what I mean? If he went to Villanova, different doors would have opened up. That's one thing I learned, like coaching and being a college coach and all that. When you send a kid to a certain school, now not only Big East gonna open up, but now you got to plug with Villanova for life. You know what I mean? So, but Jim Boston took him over there to Iona. Kev did all right, but he didn't do what he should have did, because he was nice. Kev Coop was one of them big dudes that could move. He could run.
Wow.
And they put too much weight on him and slowed him up. But yeah,
sometimes it's like
some of the guys. Yeah, some of the guys that was before me that was nice. Word. And from Mount Vernon, it was this kid named Carl Watkins. Yeah, he was nice. He used to shoot from deep, like he was pulling from carry range.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. You guys being close proximity to Mount Vernon, right? And that's the rivalry.
Right.
I found that out early on coming up there, like, oh, this is for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You had to bring it.
Yes.
You had to bring it. Yeah.
Definitely.
You had to bring it. It was cool for me, because as a ninth grader, I would take the 42 bus May my man rest in peace, Big Will Humphrey and Sean Sanders. I would meet them at their crib, and we'd go to 4th Street Park and play. So I'd be the only new road cat playing against kids for the Vernon. So
Mm.
when it was time for high school, it wasn't really no fear because I basically saw their game. You know what I mean? I watched what certain kids could do. So, that's what it was. But when I was like in 10th grade, ninth and 10th grade, I never lost to the Vernon. I didn't start
Really?
losing. Yeah. I didn't start losing to the Vernon until I became on varsity. And I never
Wow.
forget this. When I was a sophomore and they brought me up to varsity, um, we beat the Vernon twice that year. And like not only was it wasn't even a close game, like my man Rich Carlos got busy that game, dunked it on a couple of cats. My man Dario Ross, Big Sam Bolbin, Bakir Nasheed, my man Sean E from England. Like that team was nice. And we blew Mount Vernon out twice. So when I got brought up, we played at what was that, Westchester Community College. And I never forget this. You had to have your own balls to warm up. We didn't have no balls to warm up. Guys was in the layup line clowning around, just dunking, you know. And we ended up getting upset at that game. That's when Rasul and Brian Pritchard was like sophomores.
Mm.
And they upset us. And from that point on, I never beat Mount Vernon.
Mm.
It was 1 point games and stuff like that. They beat us buzzer beaters and stuff like that. My junior and senior year, but yo, they had a squad. They won the federation my junior year.
Yeah, they won it quite a few times. I think
In that
6 or
year,
7
we
times.
gave them the hardest game. We lost by 1 point to them.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So they went up to the federation. They had this kid named Colin Johnson. This kid was nice. Word up, Colin was nice. He's about 6'5", had the mid range jumper and all that. Had the bunnies. And then they had my man Rasul. And then they had these two kids, David John Ming, Paul Blunt, and Brian Pritchard. Like that whole team went D1, if I ain't
Mm.
mistaken. Well, it's not D1 top JUCO. You know what I mean? But a lot of those guys shouldn't have been playing anyway. They was ineligible.
That's a whole nother subject. Peace Ayatollah Beats in the building. Peace Ayatollah Beats. Happy Father's Day, brothers. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. Thank you,
Happy Father's
Ayatollah. I
Day.
appreciate that. Yeah. So do you guys lose guys? Like if you live in New Rochelle, could you go play for Mount Vernon?
No, unless you live in Mount Vernon.
Okay. Okay.
Unless you got an address.
Got
You
you.
know what I mean? They do check, especially New Road. They check heavy. Like I never forget my man Sean Poole. He came from Mount Vernon, Sean Sanders. And he had to live with his aunt
Mm.
for the whole year in order for him to go to school. Yeah, that's how that
And
was.
they come check like private eyes, like
Yeah, especially in New Row, they checking. You know what I mean? Because Mount Vernon is close to the Bronx, so you have a couple of kids that might slip through the cracks. But it is what it is, man. I coach whoever comes to the school. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Some years we gonna have some talent, some years we might not. But the next couple of years we should be all right. You
no
know what I
doubt.
mean? This is what I came home to start coaching for to get more gold balls.
Nah, that
You know?
listen, I didn't realize those gold balls, pause, meant so much until I, went up to Mount Vernon
Yeah,
and Coach Semino was like, look, this is, took me to the trophy room,
yeah,
and I was just
yeah,
like, oh, this is crazy. Like this means a lot,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's like the PSAL going down to the Garden.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? That's what the equivalent is. And I wish they bring back the federation so the PSAL could come up to Glen Falls or Binghamton and compete. It's only right.
It's about the money, bro.
Well, that's
I
the
didn't I
money
didn't
then.
I didn't understand this whole nonsense until I got into the space and start seeing that you got certain leagues and certain people who just call it what it is, just greedy, bro.
Yeah,
They're greedy and they selfish and they want it their way. And I think that was what was happening with the federation. And then also I don't know if this was the case solely, but that year when Luha had those super teams, and I don't think people wanted to play them as well. So it
Yeah,
may be a few things, but then you had a team like Stepanak, who I think would have got Luha.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially this year. They'd
Oh
have got
yeah,
him this year. They'd have got
yes,
him this year.
yes. Now,
Last year, nah.
no,
Last
no,
year,
no, no,
no.
no. Last year was crazy.
This
Yes,
year, yeah, they
yes,
got him.
yes.
It's kind of messed up what they're doing to Stepanek now too. But
Oh
rules
man,
is rules. That's why they put him
yes.
in there.
Yes, but the good thing is he only got suspended for 7 games. They still could play out of state. There's a few things that they still can do. They didn't hit him so harshly
All right, good.
because
That's good.
we did make some noise about that.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's good.
Latarice. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah,
Let
and
me turn the
speaking on
light
that,
on. The sun is going down real quick. Let me
I
turn the light on.
bet. Ah, perfect.
Yeah. But
There you go. So with Stepanek having 3 McDonald All-Americans, right?
mm-hmm.
What does that say about New York as a whole, or like saying, we reached our pinnacle, or you think we still have, a shot to produce more McDonald All-Americans after this?
Well, you got to think about it. Like when I was coming up, you had at least 5. You know what I'm saying? You had Brian Reese, Adrian Autry, uh, Malik Sealy, Ortega, Rencha. Like you had guys that was going there. Actually,
Yeah,
that's
but
when New
that
York
that was
was
the pinnacle, though. That was the pinnacle. That
right.
was the most that we ever had from the state. And we produce, 1, 2, 3, and in some years we don't have any. But when you look at the history of it, it is spaces where we don't have any. So that's going
None
to
at
happen,
all. None
right?
at all. Like I had a big guy, Dewan Coleman. He was from Syracuse. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a McDonald's All American, no one in the country. So they just got to go out there and look because they out there. They just
Right.
spread out. Like Rochester, you think about the NBA right now, Rochester probably got about 5 guys in the league from New York. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
And we had 2 in the city in the championship.
That's even more crazy. You know what I mean? So we getting there. We just got to get it back. Like what I don't like is not understanding. I get it. Guys want to play against better competition, but stay where you at.
Yo, say it again, Rob.
Yeah, just stay where you at. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
Because
I
if you
agree.
that dude, they're gonna find you. Especially now the way it is. Like coming out in the 90s, it was all New York City. If you wasn't from New York City, they overlooked Westchester. I remember when I was playing AAU, we would beat the Gauchos in the Riverside once in a while with the Young Life. You know what I mean? So just to see that, and then where it's at now, like you got my man from Cleveland, you know what I mean, Donovan Mitchell, you know what I'm saying? So you got a couple of guys that did it, Hilton Armstrong, you know what I'm saying? So like they out there. They gonna find you for you that dude, Elton Brand. He was way upstairs in peak skill.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So if you got game, they're gonna find you.
And sooner or later, you're gonna have to play against good competition. Like, what's the rush? Like, you're gonna play
Nah,
against them, right?
right.
We got guys who, that big
Yeah.
Jan, Jan, Jan K. He was at
You
the
talking about the
camp
big dude from the camp, the
from
7'4" dude,
California.
the
Yes,
7'5" dude?
right.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
guy I seen, I was just like, this dude wasn't ranked at all.
Nah, but he gonna be ranked now.
Oh, he's the
I,
number one
I
center in
bet
the
you
country.
I bet you any amount of money after leaving that camp, he's gonna be ranked now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So those
Look,
camps,
if you good, they're gonna find you.
they're gonna find you. If you that dude, they're gonna find you. Like, and it bugs me out because everybody's rushing to go here. I got to get to that school. Like, I understand you all want to be successful and you think that's the only way to go. I feel go ahead and go where you need to go, drop numbers, get that film up, and let the numbers speak for itself. You know what I mean? Because last I checked, the top kids in the country are averaging like 16, 18 points. They ain't even averaging 30. They're averaging 15, 16 points, and they winning. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You got to win and win on that big stage. So, the game, I like the way the game is going, but I don't like it at times. You know what I mean? Especially they're not feeding the post no more. The poster seems like he's picking and rolling all day. Like, it's feeding the block. Let the big man lead. He's blocking shots and rebounding. You know. But,
Yeah, I have a hard time watching the game too, Roc. You have no idea. I have a hard time seeing the game the way other people see it. But again, go back to the camp when you have all those great coaches and players. You see the Beckham Black feeding the post, throwing them oops to the big guy, getting that because the big guy, he could get it and do his thing, but having a point guard that's smart, and we just talking about other teammates. So I'm just using those
yeah, that's
guys
my
as
man,
example.
Beckham. Beckham is that dude.
Yes,
That's my man. I had him last year.
he's so smooth, man.
Man, not even smooth. He see the play before the play happens.
Yes,
Like he's
yes,
always a step ahead. You know what I mean?
yep.
Like I told him last year, your weakness. He said, "What, coach?" I said, "Your defense. You lock down on defense, you're gonna be all right. Because at that position, you ain't like you 6'6". You know what I mean? You got to be able to defend somebody, or you're gonna be exploited every time in the pick and roll. Every time they switch, because that's all they doing now. Trying to find a switch, man.
Yeah,
You know. But you notice in the playoffs, everything was mid range and going down low. There
yeah,
wasn't too many threes like that. They were
not at
shooting them,
all.
but they wasn't shooting them as the high volume. And that's
Even
what
in the
kids need to
championship
see.
game, in the NBA, they prove all the guys who do the stats, all the statisticians wrong,
Yeah,
especially Jalen Brunson.
yeah.
Now they got to rethink. They got to rethink everything now because you see a
Well,
lot of these guys, these second rounders and these mid-tier guys, who are the guys that's getting the big contracts and having success on these teams right now.
but you think about it, Pooh. How could they overlook him like that when he won 2 national championships and he was the point guard? Like, so how do you? I thought when going back in the days, you went far in the dance. That's when you got the looks. You know, that's when you really got the looks. When you got to that dance, the agents and everybody's out there, all the scouts. But I don't know.
It don't
Everything is
look
an
pretty.
upside.
It don't look pretty.
But it doesn't have to look pretty. Is it
Bru-
efficient? Is he efficient?
yes, but they're not even looking like that because he making these guys, you know, the Stephen A. Smiths and all these other guys who was saying like he wasn't going to be the guy in the
Well,
beginning. And we talking about in the beginning, right?
let's
And
let's
I don't
really
think a
think
lot of,
about
and
it.
not to point out Stephen A. Smith, but a lot of people were saying he wasn't going to be that guy.
But you think about, like I said, his pedigree. He won at every level. He
High
won in high
school as
school.
well.
He
Yeah.
won in college. Now he's a world champ. And they gave him a little key. He should have had a big key. He gave him all little keys. Like, I'm like, all right,
Right, right.
you know,
Wow.
yeah. But
So
so the game is the game.
yes, yes. So you get up to your senior year in high school. How did that go and what happened after your senior year in high school?
Senior year high school, I was getting letters. I was getting a lot of mail, from D1s and stuff. But they was like a lot of Ivy League schools, and I had an 85 average, but I couldn't pass some SATs. I couldn't get that 700, and that's when the stigma was, you go to junior college, you stupid and stuff like that.
It's a fact.
So looking back on it, if I really want to do the basketball thing like that, and if I was advising myself all over, I'd have made myself go to New Mexico Junior College and play for Coach Ron Black. You know what I mean? Because, once you get out to that Midwest, shoot, you going D1. You know what I mean? Especially back then. So I didn't do that, and I said, I'm gonna find a school where I can just enjoy college for 4 years or 5 years, however long it take me to graduate. And I choose Buff State. I went up there. I had a ball, and not only did I have a ball, but the basketball team was good. You know, what I mean, there's a lot of dudes that was D1 that came back and was played D3, and I won a lot of games at Buff State. We was ranked in the nation a couple of times, all 4 years of my career. And in the beginning, it wasn't too much fun because the coach was freshmen should be seen, not heard. So, you know, he was on that. And he had a bunch of seniors, like I said, that transferred from D1. And they was good, you know, and they already laid down what they could do the year before I came in. But I made a good decision, I feel. You know what I mean? Because after I finished playing those 4 years, I was team MVP. We won the SUNYACs. We lost in, what was that? Either the Sweet 16 or Elite 8, you know, so. And I had fun at college. Like, I had a ball. Like, Buff State, Buffalo itself was lit.
Oh, that's one of the biggest party schools in the country, for sure. And I think that's what kids are missing, right? You know, that's one thing I made sure I did when I was at Fairleigh Dickinson, and to enjoy my life on and off the court. Because, you know, if you don't, college can become miserable. And at that
Yeah.
time, there was no transfer portal. We couldn't just leave and
No, you
bounce
couldn't
and
just
go
leave and
somewhere.
bounce around like
Not at
that.
all.
And my mom, when that, like my freshman year, because, you know, I was like playing well in practice. I was competing with the seniors. And he just wasn't playing me like that until, I never forget this, to the championship game of the SUNYACs. It was this 6'6" kid, what's his name? Ryan Smock. He was killing us. He's like, young, get him. Shut Ryan Smock down. Word
Mm.
up, we won that joint. Word. And then from it, then each year it got better, got better, got better. To a point, after my senior year, he hired me to be his assistant coach.
Wow.
Yeah. I coached
So you
college
coached in college
basketball.
as well. You coached in college.
Yeah, I did it for 8 years. If it
Wow.
wasn't for 9/11, Pooh, because at that time my brother was in Cyprus, Greece, and I was up there in Buffalo. I was substitute teaching and I was coaching. And before I left, I was the head assistant. I did all the
Mm.
recruiting. You know what I mean? I was getting guys that should have went D1 coming D3. I said, yo, if you that dude, B, they gonna find you, man. I don't care what level you at, you know. But yeah, I had that was a good experience. I actually loved recruiting. Recruiting was like one of my favorite things. You know, to contact players and talk to them. He's like, yo, Rob, why are you talking to this player? I said, Coach, you never know. He might not be happy that one year at that D1 might want to come in and play. And we won a lot of games. Like
Wow.
Coach Bear is probably one of the winningest coaches in Division Three history. Dick Bear.
Wow. The signs of a
Word.
great coach. You know, when everybody looking at you, you crazy, and you taking a chance on the kid that nobody else think they could get, and you get them. Shows
Yo,
the
you never
brilliance.
know, man. Especially like it's about relationships. Remember I said
Yeah,
we talked earlier. It's all about relationships, man. You know. But that
definitely.
was a good experience. And like I was saying, 9/11 happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my brother, I was like, yo, what you gonna do? He's like, man, I'm going back home. I said, all right, we going back home.
Wow.
So I went back home and I took a job as an in-school suspension teacher. Then the principal was like, nah, we gotta get you out of here. I said, get me out of here. I like what I'm doing, man. You know what I
I'm
mean?
good. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
like
Right.
he's like, nah, I gotta get you in the classroom. So he put me in
Mm-hmm.
the classroom. I did a couple of inclusion and co-teaching classes and stuff like that. And now I'm at the high school and I do special needs. Half of my day is spent with the special needs and culinary. Then the other half, I go up to the high school, go into a class or assist wherever I'm needed at that time. And then it's practice. You know what I mean? So that's my whole day.
No doubt. No doubt. Wow. Appreciate you, Natasha Johnson. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
What up,
Man.
Cuzzo?
Yeah. He said Eric Pascal from Dobb Ferry. CK, who
Mm.
is that? Who is that?
Eric Pascal.
Yes.
That's that kid. Eric Pascal.
My guy always put me on to somebody in the
If
chat.
if if I'm not mistaken, if it's Eric Pascal, if it's Pascal, that's the big man from
Yes,
Syracuse.
yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
my man. Big up the clinic kids too. You know what I mean? That's what I be doing too, Pool. Like I don't know if you heard about clinic kids, but we did 100
Nah,
clinics this year. Yeah, you hear about clinic kids?
nah,
Nah.
B.
So what clinic kid do is basketball, right? That's the one portion that introduced to the kids, but we really focus on mental health.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like pace breathing, muscle relaxation, teaching the kids, because at the end of the day, we living in a time right now where a lot of kids got anxiety issues.
yes.
So my man Cash started this joint called Clinic Kids. And we go all around from Brooklyn, Queens, all the way up to Buffalo, Rochester. You know what I mean?
I
All in
wish I'd have
between.
known that because my tournament, we do clinics every year for our kids, and we have the top high school coaches and trainers. They come and they run our clinics, man. That's something that
Yeah,
we got
so
set up for next year.
and it's all pro trainers. Like everybody that's training the kids played overseas, went to college. You know what I mean? And we sit down. We really it's intimate. It's like learn to learner. You know what I
Mm,
mean? It's just similar. I ain't gonna say it's like top 100 because it's not the elite kids, but it's kids that's dealing with different type of issues, and we reaching all types of kids. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about, man. Giving back. That's the give back. You know what I
no
mean? At the
doubt.
end of the day, what is it? Basketball? Like I could do this with one eye open. Like let's
That's a
do it.
fact.
You know, it became second nature. You know,
Wow.
but yeah, clinic kids is dope. Like big up the clinic kids. Anybody looking for clinics? Holla at my man Cash.
For sure, for sure. Definitely gonna keep that in the Rolodex. Gonna put that down. So Eric Pascal played in the NBA for Golden State. So he played for Villanova, not Syracuse.
No, no.
Yes.
Oh, Eric Pascal. So he went to Dobbs Ferry High School,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So him and my man Joe Clark came out the same time. That's when we
Mm.
hit that shot. Big up to my man Joe Clark and my man the shot. Um, and they went neck and neck for Player of the Year. They gave it to Pascal, but Joe Clark put a rule in now. Section 1 put a rule. They don't make that announcement till the playoffs is over.
Section 1 got some good basketball, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's overlooked, because you got New York City, then you got the Stepping Act. So, Section 1 gets overlooked by that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, there's still some ballers in there that come out every year.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean?
That's
Every
right.
year, some ballers. And there's some good coaching too. You know what I mean? Especially everybody can watch your tapes and stuff. So you got to switch up stuff now.
That's that's a fact. Because them highlight tapes only can get you but so far. People can kind of see through that.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, you know,
Yeah.
that's the game now. Everything's online.
Yeah.
You can't surprise nobody now. Oh, they're gonna do this. They might do this. And my brother be like, we ain't running that today. We ain't doing that. So that'll
Speaking of
work.
your brother, what did you help your brother with that you noticed that okay, this is some of the things that I did wrong. I want to make sure when his time come, I can steer him in the right direction.
Well, everything I didn't accomplish, I made sure he did. You know what I mean? Like when I left high school, the bar was pretty set high for him. He was my teammate in 10th grade.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He was a chucking motherfucker too in 10th grade, man. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Give me the rock, man. This is my squad.
Right, right,
Give me the
right.
rock. You're like, yo, man, they doubling, tripling you. I gotta hit the jumper. I'm like, this motherfucker here. But my mom's like, it goes back to mom's. Mom's used to make sure I took him everywhere. Like, take your brother. Like, I never forget, Pool. Like, my brother was 7 years old. I was 10. It was a Saturday morning league. He made 10 free throws that in the championship game.
Wow.
Word, we won that joint. But he always was playing up. So when it came to him playing against his peers, I watched him destroy some cats, fool.
Mm.
I watched my brother put up some numbers. That little fat motherfucker back in the day, he used to score. He was scoring. And then he took his body seriously when he get to college. But
Yeah, he
everything I
definitely
didn't
looked up
accomplish,
to you. He
fool,
definitely looked up to you for sure.
I
Yeah.
didn't go D1. I made sure he went D1. You know what I mean? I didn't win Mr. Basketball Conrad Award. Yo, you got to do it, B. You got to do it like this, too. You know what I mean? Because I think I got jerked with a lot of them awards because I was a little hothead.
Mm.
Word up, like, you know what I mean, Pool? Like, you run across the paint, I might bowl you right in your shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I was on, Pool.
Right.
Because I learned a long time ago, basketball is maybe 20% physical,
Yes,
rest is mental. So if you
that's
could
right.
take your opponent's mental in the first 5 minutes of the game is over.
That's a fact.
The game is over. Especially back then when it was contact, they let you play. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now you gotta be careful. These kids will put you on skate, put you on that island. You better move them feet because these kids
You
got
got to
some
know how to do
moves.
both. If you killing me too much, I may reach over after I try to block your shot, and you
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. I'm gonna
this, like,
slap you in your head.
yo, what the fuck? I can't see. All right, so you be out
then we
for a quarter and a half,
then we
and
gonna
you
tap
be
you
good.
on the ass, say, yo, you all right?
That's right. That's right. Your ref, my bad,
Yeah,
and
my
I tell the
bad. I
ref
didn't
too, my
mean that.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Now
game,
that's dope.
that's how it was. Like, yo, take your brother with you.
Right.
So he always played up. So,
Mm.
and my brother back then was wild, like Pooh. He like this the kid you see now, that laid back crabby. Nah, that wasn't crabby back then.
Wow.
Crabby was different. He was
Aggressive.
like that. Nah, yeah, very aggressive, and that pain in the ass, like little brother, like man. You know what I mean?
Ain't want to wait his turn. He ready to go.
Nah, man. And every time I got punished or something, he laughing, and he was the worst to be around, man. Word. But I love him though.
No doubt,
I'm
man. You
glad my mom's made our relationship like that. You know what I mean?
yes.
So now, somebody that look after one another. He always got my back. I don't even have to worry about that. You know.
Yeah. Now he talks highly of you, and he always credit you with a lot of success that he had on the basketball court. So I think that's dope when you have that kind of dynamic. You know.
I remember one time, Paul,
Mhm.
when he was playing downtown. What was that? Pro City,
Yes.
right? And he's like, "Yo, man, I need you to take me down here." I'm like, "Nah, man, I don't feel like going to that shit, man. I don't feel like that." You know what I mean? Because back there, I got other shit to do. I can go hang out with Brand Nubian. And I got stuff to do, man.
Right.
I don't
Right.
gotta
Right. Right.
sit in the gym and watch you ball. So he's like, "Yo, come on, come on." But I knew he really wanted me there, so because he was late and he needed me to park the dip.
Right.
So I go in there. I say, "Yo, man, don't waste my time, B."
Mm.
So we walk in there. I walked in the gym. He late. He rushing his halftime. I walked in. I said, "Oh, he playing against Ron Artest."
Mm.
This one, Ron was defensive player of the year that going into that summer. Like I said, yeah. I said, yo, if you don't ball, motherfucker, you getting on that train. I got the keys. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, no front pool. We gave Ron like 36 in one half of basketball.
Wow.
Yeah, he tore Ron up. I'll never forget that day. I said, all right, I drive home. You chill. You know what I mean? You
and
balled up
and piece
today.
on me. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you balled up today. You
Man.
proved yourself.
Wow.
Ron was like, yo, what you do? You got an agent? He's like, nah, I'm a fireman. Ron was like, what? You're a fireman? Nah, man. Fireman did this? Yeah, he couldn't believe it.
Set his ass on fire.
Yeah, he tore his ass up. He didn't realize how strong he was.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's what happened. And he kept falling
Wow.
for them ball fakes and shit. You know how Crab was. You know exactly how it was.
Right.
Yeah, but that's how it was, though, man. I had to take him everywhere. And that's what it was. Everything I didn't accomplish, I made sure he did.
Right.
You know, even to a point even when he stopped playing, I never forget he played in the EBC against Joakim Noah. And I'm like, yo, that's one of the kids from Nick Camp that we used to coach, be at Manhattan College. He looked, he said, yo, for real? I said, yo, you letting them just do y'all like this? And Crab went to work that game, got MVP in the EBC that summer.
Wow.
Word. D-Law was like, I don't know what you said to him, but man, you got to come to every game. I said, I ain't coming down here like this all the time, man. That ain't my thing, dude.
Right,
Especially
right.
at that point, because I was done playing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm coaching now. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing camps, I'm college coach. And I've been with the Knicks for 35 years now. This summer be 35 years. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I ain't thinking about that, man.
What have you been doing with the Knicks? Tell everybody what you've been doing with the Knicks.
All their camps and clinics.
Mm.
Yeah, their summer camps. Before they became junior Knicks, they used to be New York Knicks summer camp. Word. We used to be at Manhattan College. That's when I first started. It was overnights in the joint. That shit was fun, fool. Word. We had Joe Kim Noah was what, 13, 14.
Mm.
What's his name? Danny Grumfield, Ernie Grumfield's son.
Yep.
And that's when who was working up top in the office, front office? Ed Tapscott and my man Glenn Carraro. You know what I mean? That's who I saw Dan Glasso and Chris Jean and all them get hired. Troy Bowers and all them.
So you this is why you are so well versed in some of the things that you do, because brother, I'm telling you, I would sit back, and if I'm not watching the game and I see you somewhere, I just go and I just watch, and I'm sitting and I'm paying attention, because some of my observation skills, and I knew that you was way more tapped in than what I would know, right?
Yeah,
And seeing how the kid respond to you, when you could tell when the kid not paying attention. You could
right,
tell when the
right.
kid just listening for you to finish up. Right? These
Yep.
kids are intentional about the thing that you're
Oh
telling them.
man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially at top 100. I
Yes.
ain't gonna front, like they make you want to sharpen your tools. Like, you know what I mean? One thing I learned over the whole course of basketball coaching is, especially in that type of atmosphere, you gotta learn those kids quick because you only got them for a couple of days.
Yeah.
So for those couple of days, what can you get out of them? You know what I'm saying? So like, what they gonna buy into? Some kids ain't gonna buy into it. You know what I mean? Some kids, like I had to tell one kid, he like, yo, they ain't passing the ball. I said, yo, how many offensive rebounds you had?
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like, then he get a couple of offensive rebounds, put back, be pointing to me. I said, yeah, man, make the game easier for you because you're all stars. You're all used to having the ball in your hands. You're not
There
gonna
for a
have the
reason.
ball,
That's a fact.
right? So do something different. Show us something. What else you could do? And then, that's the biggest. I can't even say challenge because as soon as you tell them that, they do it. Like sometimes when I'm coaching my high school kids, I tell them 2 or 3 times before they be like, I'm gonna do it. So, and that's the difference. You could tell the difference like between a 5-star, 4-star, and a 2-star and a 1-star. You know what I mean? It's attention to detail, and of course that athletic ability and the
Yep.
size. You know what I mean? Like the kids is big, man. I mean, they big. They got paws, but they got grown men bodies.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And still, some of them is clumsy. Still learning how to walk and chew. But for the most part, there's some dogs in that joint. Some dogs. The future's bright.
Yeah.
Basketball's bright. You know what I mean? Like I tell that bunch of kids, only a couple of y'all gonna make it. What you gonna do when the ball stop bouncing? You know what I mean? And that's when I tell them, especially you're getting this little money, treat this as a cushion for you to start life. You know what I mean? Don't just run around blowing the money, tricking
You,
it, going
yeah.
crazy.
You get a
You know
little
what I
jump
mean?
start with that bread.
Yeah, and it's a good jump start.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's a
If you
fact.
play it right, you know what I mean? And a lot of kids talking about real estate and all this. I'm like, all right, man, just save it. Don't get jump into real estate yet. You know what I mean? See what's out there first. In the meanwhile, save it or put it in the trust.
Yes.
You know. So,
Yes. Coach Big said, ask him about peanut butter and cheese. What the hell?
oh, that's one of my joints, Paul.
What?
Word up.
Peanut butter
Peanut
and
butter,
cheese. I've never heard of that.
no,
Hold on,
no,
hold on.
peanut butter jelly.
Peanut
Yeah,
butter jelly
Paul.
and cheese?
Yeah, that's my
Nah,
joint
come
right
on,
there.
Rod.
Yeah, my
When
man
did you pick that
Gonzalez.
up?
So I picked that up like, what year was that? I think eighth grade, seventh, eighth grade. So, you know, the panhandlers back in the day, be
Yes.
selling stuff. So my man Gonzalez had some carts, some push carts, and he had all types of stuff in the carts and shit. I had a cart, he had a cart. We even tied some crates on the side. He had a whole little push mobile with all
Right.
types of stuff in it. So when and this is the year I couldn't play no basketball or football, but my mom's allowed me to go work with Gonzalez. Gonzalez had me in all the bars and all that stuff, like selling it to the ladies and stuff, sunglasses, little headbands and all that fly stuff. And lunchtime, he's like, yo, we're gonna go to your mom's crib. We're gonna make some peanut butter and jelly. And he threw the cheese in the middle, but the bread was lightly toasted though.
Mm.
Man, that was one of the best peanut butter and jelly sandwiches I had, man. That shit was banging, man. Word. That joint was
Wow.
banging. Yeah, but yeah, that's how that happened. And I ain't
Yeah.
stopped.
Biggs, they forget about that. Biggs, they forget
Yeah,
about that.
he be bugging on me. He be bugging on me. I'm gonna make him one day and bring it to him. Cause he's gonna tell everybody about it.
That's right. That's right. Jason Hooper, what up? What up? 5168. Appreciate you. Thanks. Thanks. Yes, basketball acumen. That's a fact. Gotta have it. You gotta have it. You
Yeah.
gotta have it. Man. Now, you've coached in college, you coached on the high school level. How has working at the top 100 camp help you keep your skills polished, right? Because you have them for a short period of time and you have to make an impact, right? What is that like?
Those kids want to be coached hard. They want you to get on them when they messing up. Like that's one thing, and I learned that last year. Like I never forget, I had Caden House,
Mm-hmm.
and he was killing that. When he went to a span where he had like 9 straight buckets, then he's celebrating after the shoot. I said, "Yo, fam, we ain't doing that. Get up, cookies and milk. You know what time it is." And I blacked on him, and yo, my bad, coach. You right. He took that and then implemented and kept going.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? When you get, those kids is dogs, man. Like, those are the kids that's going to be at the Marylands, the Dukes, the North Carolinas. Those are the ones that are going to be next. And a couple of them going to go, and a couple of them going to go overseas. A couple of them, going to end up with a job. And that's okay. But for the meantime, right now, yeah, them kids they for real.
Listen,
What they say, we them ones. Yeah, they them ones.
that's a fact.
they
That's a fact. And
them
look,
ones.
it's okay if you come up with a job because all of us still professionals, right? It just,
Yep, yep.
just what you're a professional in. And I tell kids, don't let other people get in your head to guide you where you need to go. Now, if it's the right way, cool. We have this thing. Gotta give my guy, former teammate Tiny Morton, his props when he talked about the bad advice crew, the BAC, the bad advice crew. Those people, we talk about those hanger-ons, right? And those people who
Yeah, yeah,
tell
yeah,
you,
yeah.
yo, you need to go here. You need to go to this big school when maybe you need to go to a mid-major. Maybe you need to go to a low major.
But
Sometimes you
but a
may go
lot of
to a
those a
division
lot of
two.
those dudes, but a lot of those dudes that's doing that type of stuff are the ones probably trying to get some money out of
Mm,
that shit. You know what I
mm,
mean? Pool, like when I had Dewan Coleman, there was so many coaches like, yo, God, what you need? What you want? I
mm.
don't want nothing, man. I'm all right. You know what I mean? I got a house. I'm gonna pay these mortgage bills. I'm living the American dream. That's what you want to call it. But I'm not leeching off no kid. I just want to make sure you take care of him. He graduate and he get to the pros. He get there, but at the end of the day, treat him right. You know what I mean? Because once kids get to college, it's a different ball game now.
Yes,
You a number,
that's a fact.
and that's your social security number actually.
Mm.
Yeah,
Tell him, coach.
that's what it is, though. You know what I mean, Fool? That's one of the first numbers you got to memorize. I don't know now how they doing it, but I'm sure you still need to memorize that joint.
You got to know. You definitely got to know. Definitely got to know. What is the biggest learning curve for our kids now towards the game? Like, what do you think is their biggest learning curve that you see overall?
They don't watch the game.
Mm.
They don't watch Fool. They don't sit down and watch a college game. They'll watch a highlight or some clips, but it's very rare that you'll see a kid, yo, it's Tuesday. I'm watching Big Tuesday or Big Wednesday. You know how that is. These
Yeah.
college games come on. Kids don't watch that. They scrolling on TikTok and stuff. You get a few that's real students of the game,
Yeah.
but
They're watching
majority
highlights.
of the kids, they not watching.
Right.
They not watching. That and they're not going outside to play neither. Like they're not going out to the blacktop and get their ass cracked, get their lips busted. Like I went to the park today and saw a couple of my ex-players balling. Me and my man Derek Dorn, my other assistant coach, with me and Crab, that former player. And one of the little kids, I'm like, yo, he's like, yeah, I worked out already. I said, let me see your hands. He showed me the inside of his hands. I'm like, yo, man, you didn't do nothing. You know, back in the day, you was balling outside, your hands was black.
That's right.
Like, what did you do? Like, how long you was out here? You got sanitizer or something? So, you know what I mean? Then he's looking at me all crazy. I said, all right, you ain't putting that work in. It's another kid out there working.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So those two things, not playing in the park and not watching enough basketball.
Yeah, I was on my way to a game today. You know, my guy from NYC Prospects, they were doing something, Gary Sims, celebrating, you know, the life of Gary Sims. They do it every year. And I was sitting next
Where's
to this
that
kid.
held at?
Down 113 Park, downtown, no DeKalb.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm riding the bus. Little kid saw me like, oh, basketball heads. He sat right next to me, and we talking basketball. This kid is 7th grade. His name is Aaron. I want to show him some love tonight.
What up, Aaron?
Let me tell you, man. This kid knew the game.
That's good.
This kid, he knew the top players in the city. He knew the top teams. He knew why some of the teams lost. He knew why the team who won the city championship, why they won the city championship, naming key players. And I'm saying to myself, I just said to him, I was like, listen, you're going to do more in basketball. I didn't even see him
that's
play.
Why I said, did he ball? That's what I said. He might be a
he plays.
agent.
I told him. I said, yo, I said, you're going to be a college coach, a high school coach, a scout.
Yeah.
I said, man, you could work for the NBA. I said, because your knowledge of the game.
Dude. Yeah, he's coming like that. He's going to be an analytic dude.
Man,
for real.
Come on. This 7th grader, we talking basketball. And I'm sitting here picking his brain like.
Right.
And he picking my brain. And I feel like I'm up, like, yo, this dude challenging me? Like, but this kid, you can tell he loved the game.
And he got everything on his hand, though. He could just Google what's that kid's stats and, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. He was going to watch his boy play. He was going to watch his boy play. This kid, Xavier Souffrant, who's going to be very, very good. He's good now, but he's going to be very good. Salute to X. And he was like, you know him? I said, yeah, I know him and his dad. So his uncle, I know the family, the mom.
Right.
He's like, yeah. He said he told me to come and watch him play, so I'm gonna come watch him play. I said, let me tell you something. I know you play, and I want to, you know, kill your dreams in playing, but you're gonna have a life in basketball somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I took his Instagram. I followed him. He was like, thank you. He was just so honored. But man, this young kid gonna have a future in the game, man. And I was inspired by that today.
You know, when I'm at camps, I tell kids it's over 500 jobs in each NBA organization. You could get one of them joints easy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All you have to do is apply and work your way up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It ain't hard.
yeah,
You just gotta, you got to make that sacrifice because it ain't easy either. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. And the one thing this the camp has allowed me to do is sharpening my basketball mind for becoming the scout that I want to become. Right. I
hmm
had to make sure I go down there and talk to these NBA scouts, talk to these college coaches, and be around it to see some of the things that they're looking for. Right. So we're on the same page. And then last year was the learning curve. And I think this year I had several of those scouts and coaches coming up to me and asking me my opinion, right? Because
right.
last year I was asking them their opinion, and this year they was asking me my opinion, and I just felt that if it wasn't for the camp, I wouldn't be able to brush up on my skills the way
Don't
I've
don't be
done.
surprised if it ain't happening now. College coaches reaching out to you like what New York got. You're
Yes,
gonna be the next Tom Kachowski. You know what I
yes.
mean?
Hey, listen,
Because
they already saying that.
Tom used to show up to places. I was like, yeah, how he get here? He ain't even drive, man.
Yes,
You know what I mean? So trust me, they are gonna call.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yep,
Coach Cal, he always reach out. Coach Cal, one of my mans, he always reach out. Anything? I'm like, nah, ain't nothing popping.
right.
You know.
And I
But
and I'm honest, you know.
yeah, you got to be because at the end of the day, if that kid don't pan out, Pooh, that's on you.
It's reputation. It's everything. Trust me. Trust me. I already
You
know.
know what I mean?
I already know. So when they send us that those ballots, right? And I seen the
hmm
kid and I know he ain't it. I just gotta go, he ain't it.
Right.
He not ready for this camp yet,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm dying. I'm waiting for somebody that like, all right, let me see if he could do it on the stage. Because not everybody's ready for that stage, Pooh. Like
No.
that's a different type of grind. You know what I mean? Like 8 to 8, and if you go early morning, 6 to 8,
Mm,
competing at your highest level. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's gonna be if this is what you really want.
that's a fact.
You know what I
That's a
mean?
fact.
Daily, and that's what they don't understand. Daily, that part, and being
So
efficient.
yeah. So how do we transfer the game from, from the I gotta get mine's mentality to the game of patience and development?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Pooh,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one reason why I stopped doing AAU.
That was gonna be my next question. I'm glad we just jumped right into that. Go ahead.
I hate to say it, but the game is watered down.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like you got so many AAU teams now. The kids are not playing. They're playing too many games, not enough practicing.
mm.
Um, and it goes back to sharing the ball. Like if you watch AAU, there's one kid on AAU on each AAU team that's pretty good. Now imagine if you got rid of all these teams in New York and just formulated one good team. New York could be back where they was. That's the reason why New York basketball ain't back where it was because we used to have three teams. You had the Gauchos, Riverside, Mass Square Broncos
Yep,
that
that
was
was it.
traveling like that.
Yeah.
So if you wasn't on those three teams, you know what I mean? Like my junior year going into my senior year, I went to the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Playing with Malik Russell, Efren Whitehead, Andre Samuels, and those guys. And those motherfuckers was 6'9", bringing up the rock.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? They
right,
bring. I'm like, yo,
right.
man, I got the rock. You go down low this play. They're like, nah, you post up, Rob. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Ball is ball. But that's where it's at now. You got so many different teams, and the kids are treating the AAU like the portal. They be on this team, going here, going there, go here, go here, and
Never faced the obstacles. And even when we went out of town, came back, those guys who wasn't on those teams, they was amped to play against us when we came back. So we had competition when we came home.
Right, right. So, and that's what the difference was. You know what I mean? You had kids that didn't make those teams, that was a little bit mad or whatever. And when they played those teams, they was trying to go at those teams. You know what I mean? And, that's where the game went. Like, parents jumping in. The parents play a big part, too, that's kind of messing up the game. Oh, my son ain't playing. I'm playing over here. You're going to figure out the same thing over there.
Yeah,
just stick it out.
Jason Hooper said the same thing. He wanted to know. He said, what advice do you have for players who have talent, yet the coach is bombarded with parents that are telling the coach to put their kid into the game instead of utilizing the actual talent?
Well, when I did AAU pool, my kids was handpicked. We had tryouts just in case a gym slipped through.
Mm-hmm.
But me and my man Butch Graves went to high school games and handpicked kids and formulated our team like that. Because when you paying money, shit, you got to say so now. You do, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So that's why I got out of AAU. If I had a perfect situation where I could get an AAU team and somebody sponsored it, whatever, and I didn't have to deal with no parents, because when the parent is not paying, one, the good kids can't afford it. Like, let's be real. Like, the real good kids, man, they can't afford it. All right? The ones that got both parents and can afford it, they mediocre. You know what I mean? So that's how you separate from the jump right there. You know what I mean? So, and these parents are paying mad money, man.
And they going on the road with them, booking the hotels,
but
paying
going
for the
on
weekend
road,
passes.
and it's like not just pops, it's mom, pops, the daughter, the daughter's friend. So that's 4 tickets right there. They charge 45. Like, man, that's what I said. It's saturated. It's a money market. Ain't nobody really putting no good talent out there. And I referee too. So, like, I did a couple of games yesterday. I did 5 games. And I saw a couple of kids that was pretty good from Connecticut and stuff like that. But, I'm just like, parents is yelling. Now I'm just like, oh, look at this here. But, that's what they want, man.
Listen,
everybody looking for that NIL money.
I have a book down here. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's the number one thing. I'm trying to find this book. I had this. Oh man, this is so crazy, right? Because look at all these books. All ball players that wrote these books, right? They talking about athletes are dumb, like they have no idea. But there was this female who came on the show, and I don't want to get her name wrong. Look at this.
Nice.
All ball.
Yeah, but everybody got a story, man. Everybody got a different story, man, a different avenue. And that's the beauty thing about the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could say basketball saved my life. You know what I mean? It gave me an out. Like, that's my first love. Like, if I get married again, that woman got to know basketball is my first love. I'm going to be doing something with basketball. Like, I won't even be right if I ain't doing nothing with basketball. Whether it's coaching, reffing, clinics, camps, whatever it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
that's
just what it is.
This book, man, because she broke down all the money she spent in AAU basketball. She gave parents a step-by-step breakdown. This woman's name is rough to tip my tongue. I'll get it, but I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Did her son get a scholarship?
Yes.
Well, it was worth it.
Yes, and she's working on the second one. No, she didn't complain. She was just helping parents because she was learning on the fly, and it was like a book for parents who was going down the same road. Right. She said in 1 year she spent in her 3 years that she did it with her son, it's $40,000 just AAU.
Easy. I can see that.
Yes,
I can see that.
Yeah.
Especially like in what they doing now. If you ain't playing high school from what 5th grade to 8th grade, they got so many tournaments now all year round
Yep.
with that AAU thing. So that's how they getting it. Like I tell parents when they ask me their advice, I tell them, just let the kid be a kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Put him in soccer so he can work on his endurance, uh, and let him play basketball, but don't put that pressure on him right there, right away. You know what I mean? Because I watch kids burn out by 9th grade.
They hit a
Like they
ceiling.
not even interested. Like they
Especially the
they,
kid
they done.
who's good at junior high school,
No,
and as
ain't the
soon as they
kid
get to
that
high
ain't the kid
school,
that's not in high school.
it's a wrap. Like,
Prime example, Joe Clark. Joe
mm,
Clark was like that. You know what I mean? It was a couple of kids like Ben and Donnie because they can handle and make layups. So back then, if you could handle and make layups, especially when you're younger, you the man.
yeah,
Then when the size kick in, athletic ability kick in, now it's a totally different player.
and you can't shoot that thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Become a
You gotta be able
handicap
to
out
shoot.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta be able to shoot.
Wow. Yeah, Munch put out family business as well. Munch PSA.
Yeah, I read one of his book. I read his first book.
Yes, yes.
His first book was good. His
Yep,
first book
yep.
was good. Yeah, Munch is doing his thing. My man Mark Carter's over there helping Munch out. Me and
Right.
Mark used to work do the Westchester Hawks. You know what I mean, Westchester Hawks is we had 90 teams at one time.
Wow.
90 teams. And I stayed around till it dwindled to maybe 2 or 3. And yeah, that was a good experience though, the AAU thing. And we was an independent, and that's when it wasn't no shoot. The shoot they had the shoot thing, but hoop group was really on top then. You know what I mean? Hoop group had all the top tournaments, Pit Jam Fest. Then we had the Bob Givens. You know what I mean? And then LeBron started doing his joint, that
Yep,
King James joint.
yep.
But
We had the
that
boo back in the days. It was a few, and then the sneaker company saw what they was doing, and then they came and gave everybody
and that's
content.
and that's and that's when I left alone because I actually got offered a couple of wow, you want to do? I said, yo, but I don't got no gym.
Mm,
Where am I have practice at outside? Like you need gym, like you need a gym space. So yeah, that's what happens with that AAU. If you don't have no gym space, you're gonna be done.
yep.
You got some guys that got clever with it. They had their own AAU program. They go rent out gym space. You know,
That's cost bread too. So
nah. But at the end of the day, Pooh, they taking that bread off whoever paid their first fee.
got you,
And then
got
the
you,
other kid is paid for the uniforms.
got you,
You know what I mean? I
got you.
already see how they doing it, but
Because the parents gonna pay because they want their kids to play.
yeah, and they want them, and that's the sad thing. Like when I go to work and I see some of my coworkers, like, oh, my son's playing AAU. I say, oh, that's good. Is he having fun? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because as long as they having fun, man, because you don't want a kid to hate the game.
Yeah.
Because you could get some bad experiences where it ain't just happening. You just like, man, I suck at ball. I'm done with it. I
I've
seen it.
seen it. I've
You
seen it
know.
too. That's a fact. And a lot of these kids, what happens is, they stop playing the game and they joining gangs, right? They're doing something to kind of fill that
Well,
void. You
well,
know what I'm
what I
saying?
learned with a lot of these kids, they just want to be part of something, Pooh. They just want to be part of something, man. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They just want to be part of something. Either it's a gang, a crew, basketball team, football team, whatever sport they play, they just want to be part of something. And
Got you.
that's a good thing, but it's a sad thing because when this basketball thing is all over, only ones that are gonna be around is your friends, your close friends. You know what I mean, from college or high school that you was tight with, and your family. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So
Krabby said, yo, it's at the Black Rodeo in Harlem. And then he also said, don't watch, don't understand, and don't want to ask questions. I guess it's a reference of what kids have to do when we talk about not watching the game, not
yeah,
understanding the game, and not asking questions when they want to know something.
the biggest thing that bothers me with a lot of kids today, they don't want to take accountability. Like, they quick to point the finger. No, yeah, I'm coach, yeah, I'm coach. My man, you threw the pass though. I didn't ask you if he was gonna be there or not. You know what I mean? So, and then these kids now are great debaters.
Oh,
They would like to go back and forth.
yes,
They go back and
yes,
forth.
yes.
So,
That's
that's where
crazy.
the game is now, Pooh.
No doubt. No doubt. If you had one thing to change about your basketball journey, what would it be and why?
Um, to be quite honest with you, Pooh, it would probably be New Mexico Junior College. But then when I look back on it, of the relationships and the friends that I still got to this day from college, that's like my dogs. Nah, I think I made the right decision and ain't no regrets. You know what I mean? I just wish my pops was here. You know
No
what I
doubt.
mean? To spend time with us and, to, to be put down with some of the things I'm doing.
That's a fact.
So yeah, really no regrets. I wish I would have played some more. I wish I didn't leave the game alone after college. I wish I'd have came home and played more in the streets and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man.
No, that's real. Said born leaders basketball coaches is in it for wins to bring players to their program. Yeah. And the programs gotta win because they got these sneaker contracts, and you don't win, you lose that
And
sneaker
that's how they
contract.
go, and that's how they get the sneaker contract, either with a kid that's ranked, or
Hmm.
once a kid is ranked on your team, you could shoot, you straight for those 4 years or
That's a
however long
fact.
you got the kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So you ready to have some fun, man? Let's get into our top five.
Yeah, we could do that.
No doubt.
Top five. Top five.
Doing high school or pros?
Listen, follow my lead. I'm gonna get you there.
I bet.
There you go. All right. Top five guys you played with. It don't make a difference what level and where you played with them at.
Top five. Those is white boy named Billy Palagonia.
Mm.
Play that step in that. Um, I would say either him or Shane Wooney at the point. You know what I
You can't
mean?
bring somebody off the bench. It's top five, not top
I,
six.
I, I can't bring nobody off the bench.
Not at all. It gotta be five. That's why it's called top five.
All
It's the
right,
hardest part of the show, bro. It's the hardest part of
that
the
I
show. I get it.
played with, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say Shane Wooney.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You talking about Shane Dribble Machine.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Got
yeah.
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I played with me. We had a good summer at UDC. Um, Efren Whitehead.
That's my guy. Yeah, yeah, both my guys. Yes.
Um, Dave Collins,
Mm.
Marty Collins' little brother.
Marty Collin, little brother. Yes. Played against
hmm
Marty Collin. Marty Collin, my era. Yeah.
That's three, right?
Yeah.
Including me, I could step out of it, right?
Now you can't pick yourself, bro.
Yeah, I'm out, so it's just five.
Yeah, yeah, and we want to say pause on that because if you're playing with yourself, we don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, we're gonna pause that. It's definitely a pause. Um, I put my brother in there.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I put my brother to be my
Ravi,
brother
yeah.
Shane in the backcourt. Dave and Efren on the 3 or 4. Uh,
Last person.
it's got to be a big. I'm gonna go big because I'm thinking of a team. Um, Daniel Abrams.
Okay. Okay.
Daniel Abrams.
No doubt. And
Green
he,
Bay,
he,
bro.
he thinking like a coach because most of my guys who guards, they'll pick all guards. They don't care. You can tell he with a
Nah.
coach's
So
mind.
yeah,
Nah, this is
yeah,
dope. This is dope. You got good 5.
yeah. And Dave and Efren both could, switch on and off as far as the 3 and the 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Top 5 guys you played against.
Oh shit. Brian Reese,
Mm.
Ant Pell,
Mm-hmm.
um, Jerry McCullough.
Ooh, Ice.
Yeah, we used to have some battles. Yeah, Ice was nice. Yeah, Ice was nice. He fucked Krabby and them up. Yo, he killed their ass. Word to a point. We had a team brawl. I swung on Jerry,
Wow.
man. I was ready to fight, man. He came one time. I blocked off one baseline. My man Kev blocked off the reverse. He came in between both of us, came under the basket, and shot that shit backwards.
Whoa.
Word. Ice was nice. Jerry McCullough, Brian Reese, Ed Pell, Colin Johnson.
Mm.
That was that kid from Mount Vernon I was telling you about. He was all, I want to say either first team or second team, all Hollows as a junior.
Mm.
And back then, that's when that Catholic League was that shit that
Right.
was the joint. Colin Johnson,
One more.
um, Ed Pell, Brian Reese. Yo, it's this white boy from Rochester. Um, Scott Fitch
Mm.
played at Geneseo. Yo, yeah, that motherfucker gave me nightmares, man. Cause he could shoot,
Right.
and they had these big 6'8" white boys that was setting screens for him and shit. And he was so crafty. He shot fake you, go pass shot. You know what I mean? I might have fouled out every time I played against him.
Mm.
That kid was good. Yeah, he was good. That's 5, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's 5. Scott Fitch, Jerry McCullough, Ant Pell, Brian Reese, Colin Johnson. Yep.
Colin Johnson was the truth, born leader
Yeah,
said.
yeah. He was that shit. He had the vert, one leg jump, vert jump, and he had the mean mid range. Yo, he used to jump so high on his mid range. Like I'd be up there contesting. I'm coming down. He's still up there, like he was floating. Like, yeah.
Right.
C was that dude.
All right.
Word.
Last one. Top 5 players in New Rochelle history.
Dario Ross,
Who
uh,
you said first?
Clive
Say
Vaughn,
say that first name again.
Dario Ross,
Got,
Dario Ross,
got you. Got it,
aka
bro.
Dookie. Yeah,
Got you.
Duke was
Got you.
nice.
Uh-huh.
Word up. I saw Duke like destroy cats.
Mm.
Um, Jeff McDermott,
Mm.
um, my brother.
Yep.
What's that? 3,
Yep.
4. Clive Vaughn, 4. Um, At a newer show. I'm gonna say Byron Kershaw,
Okay.
BK.
No doubt.
Yeah, I gotta give it to the old one of the OGs, either him or Rich Page. But I'm gonna go BK, just thinking of my five. But I already got a point guard with Dario Ross.
No doubt. Now, who are some of the people you probably would want to nominate to come on Basketball Heads to tell a story from New Row?
Jeff McDermott, my boy Kev Miller, Born Leaders. Um, you know, it'd be a good one, Clyde Vaughn.
It's crazy because my guy CK just said that. He just said that. He just put it up there,
Clyde
Clive Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Yeah.
And the great Darren Rowe.
Darren Rowe played for St. Peter's.
Yep.
That's
Rowe.
my guy played against him.
I would say Dario Ross, though.
Okay.
Like his story, yeah, that was a bad motherfucker, man. Excuse my French, but that dude, his game was just like Kenny Anderson. I remember when they played each other at Empire State. Kenny had 13, Dario had 12. Like, their game was similar, lefty, but you know, the structure would be different, you know?
Right.
The at-home structure, family structure, that whole guidance thing is important, especially when you got somebody that was just as talented as him. That kid was talented. Like, Pooh, I saw this kid do some things, man. I'm sitting on the bench as a 9th grader, 10th grader, like, oh my God, you saw what he did? Effortless, though. Effortless, Pooh. Word up. I don't even think Duke used to work out. Word.
Dang.
Give him that ball. He got busy with it. And he could get you either way. He could play a point guard and distribute it, or he could kill you and score. And he had hops. Or Rich Carlos, too. Rich Carlos is another one, man. I used to jump out the gym.
If you got these guys' information, man, please send it to me.
Yeah,
or
I'm
give
gonna
my
send it to you.
information, either or, and we
You
definitely
know,
made it happen.
you know my man Sam Bowman, Big Horse.
Yeah, but I look, let's get him on, bro.
Yeah. I'll let him know.
Let's get him
I'll
on. Let's get
definitely
him
let
on,
him know,
man.
man.
I said this year I'm gonna make it a conscious effort, you know, to get all those guys from the New Road, Mount Vernon, Westchester areas, the Section 1s, and you know, and try to just represent the whole New York like I've been doing, but be more intentional about it this year.
Yeah, my man Rasul Salahuddin too, from Mount Vernon.
That's a fact.
Yeah, my
That's
man Black.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it's some ball up in Westchester. I'm actually glad you tapping into all of it though.
Yeah.
That's something Tom Kachowski used to do. He used to come up to Westchester. I'm like, yo, who's that skinny man, yo? I don't even know his name. How do you know my name?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he knew it.
Yeah.
If Tom Kachowski knew your name, you was going to college somewhere.
Got that firm handshake.
Firm. Big hands too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, big hands. Great dude, man.
Well, definitely my scholar service is coming soon, man. On Break It Out this year. And just keep the legacy going on. You know what I'm saying? Try to help as many kids as I can and just be real about it. And, you know, hopefully we can get some cream in the crops and maybe we can find some diamonds in the rough. That's the hope.
And that's what it's about though, Pooh, because the landscape of college basketball is totally different because they're not looking for high school kids like that no more.
Yeah.
So kids got to find a different route or reach out to the schools yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little more challenging now for a high school kid.
Well, look, they
Especially
got you up there.
If you're not at that top 100 level.
Yeah.
And I tell kids, I'm like, yo, with the portal now, go D3, kill, put your name in the portal. Go D2, kill, put your name in the portal. If you really think you could do that, it's options for you, man.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's sold on that prep school stuff. I'm like, man, I would tell parents, like, why are you wasting your money on that?
Just buying time and wasting money?
Yeah, wasting a lot of money, though. That's a lot of money. Like, fool. Like, come on, man. That ain't cheap, especially if you ain't getting no scholarship.
That's a fact. Yeah. Appreciate you, Born Leaders. You up next, baby. You up next for sure. Definitely appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And we definitely gonna bring more light to Westchester area, man, and what they're doing up there. My guy they run the Pound.
Yeah,
And
yeah, 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 yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He's talking about his dad and things of that nature. So I said, let's do it. So next week we're gonna be bringing on his dad, if he's available, to come on and keep this thing going, man. But yo, Coach Rob, man, yo, I appreciate you, man.
Yo,
Thank
Paul,
you,
I
man.
appreciate you, man.
No doubt.
No doubt. Thanks for having me on.
No doubt. And keep inspiring and keep helping those kids, man, because they need you, brother. You're doing a great job.
So I don't got no choice, Paul. That's
No
what it
doubt.
is now. That's what I signed up for.
Hold on. Coach Big said he put 44 on Kenny Anderson.
Who? Who
The
did?
kid, I guess the kid you was talking about that play like Kenny Anderson. I don't know. But
Dario Ross?
yeah, that's a whole nother argument. We'll get him on and
Yeah,
let him tell his
yeah.
own story.
Yeah. You gotta let him tell you that.
We'll
But
do that because I play
I never
Empire
forget.
State games
I
and I
think
watched.
I think it was Empire States, right?
I was there.
Dario went off one game.
Is it high
Kenny went
school
off
or
that game.
open? Is it high school or open?
This is high school, scholastic.
Yeah, I was there.
So Dario went off one game, and then Kenny went off, and then they played each other. I don't think he had 50 though. I think he had 13, and they had 12. Like their numbers are similar.
I remember Kenny having 50 up there. I still have the article.
Yeah, and Dario had numbers right behind him.
Got you.
Like the game before they played each other, they both went off.
Got you.
With Kenny, Kenny was that dude.
I seen that up close person who played against him, watched him play, and then played against him, played with him again in open.
Okay.
I watched him. I got the ball on the wing before we get out of here, and he's posting up Christian Leitner. And I'm like waving him off, like, man, get out of there. And he looked at me and was like, man, pass me the ball. So I want to see what you're gonna do. I could give him he's posting up Christian Leitner at 6'1". He gets the ball, shimmy, and reverses it, uses the rims. He couldn't block his shot.
Couldn't block it.
Oh, couldn't block it. It was I was like, yo,
Kenny was incredible, man.
That was crazy.
So what year you played up there?
I played up there 86. I played up there 86.
Did you play against Western New York?
Yeah, I don't know the teams. I can't remember vaguely the teams, but we played against everybody because I played 86 the year after we won the city championship. Then in 87, I played open as a senior, right?
Okay.
That on my team was Ross Strickland, Kenny Anderson, Ross Strickland, Boo Harvey, Derek Chivas.
So you played against my man John Groover.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my dog. Like I was
a young guy on the team when all these guys was, Shake
that's
from
my man John Groovy talking about. Yeah.
Shake Martin was on that team. Pete Nice, who became a rapper from third base, was on that team. It's crazy. Yeah, we won. Yeah. I won gold 5 years in a row. Yeah.
You know what's funny, Pooh? All those like Empire States and Wheelchair Classic and Golden Hoops.
Yes.
Like that's when you had New York's best.
That's right.
Metropolitan best in that gym. Like Golden Hoops was dope. Like I wonder why they stopped that right there. That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, we got some talks, man. We definitely gonna talk. I wanted to sample something when I did the Long Island, Westchester, Albany, right, and the city game. But we still figuring out how can we do it better and have it at a time where we get some of the best players and people are not out of town. But it's so crazy with AAU right now.
You're gonna have to do your research and figure out when's the dead period.
Yes.
With camps, because the shoes, Adidas, they got Adidas Nation, where they used to have it. Well, they got all these different things where the kids is going every weekend and stuff. So you got to just do your homework to find out where all those events is going on and find that area where there ain't nothing going on.
Yeah, but then you get another company, which I won't say the names, that tour they'll just pop out, be like, "Oh, were they doing something this weekend? Oh, we doing something this weekend." So, look, we gonna make it happen, man. But we making something happen, man.
Yo,
What
if I can help, let
man,
me know, man.
nah, you know, I'm give you a call, brother. Y'all always been very helpful to anything I've been doing.
If I can help anyway, man, you know I'm with it.
No doubt.
You know.
Well, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Enjoy the rest of your Father's Day, man. Appreciate you, brother.
You too,
all love.
Boo. Thanks for having me on, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yeah, most definitely.
Peace.
That's what it's about, people. That's what it's about, man. Figuring it out, right? Figuring it out, making your way, and then making sure that you make a difference. Because if you're not making a difference, you just in the way at this point. You just in the way. You just stagnating the kids' growth. But if you really are intentional about helping kids and helping them grow, then you'll find yourself in the space of our last guest, Coach Rashiem Young, who's doing an excellent job up in New Rochelle with the clinics and with the Top 100 camp and all the other things that he's involved in. So salute to the whole Young family. We are out of here. Salute to Westchester and everybody up top, the whole New York City, the whole New York State. Y'all know what it is. Glenpool Harding basketball heads. We are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.